You don't have to know math to do this. You have to know a little bit, but that's one of the things I think we want to convey to you all today is that a lot of the things that we're doing in this home that I think would really make a difference in the environment are things that our forefathers did that we can do very easily. They don't involve a lot of money and don't involve a lot of technology. And so that's one of the things we want to convey today. I want to pass the mic over to Catherine, and so she can give you a little bit of an introduction also.
This is on? Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm an architecture student. I'm a graduate architecture student here at UL. I started working on the project about 1.5 years ago, and we're going to continue working on the project until the competition this October in Washington, D.C. I got started working on the project as part of my design studio, where about 12 of us submitted individual designs or ideas for the house. And then as the semester continued, we all started to combine our concepts together until we became one unit. And from that point forward, we began to make decisions as a team, and we've been doing that for about 1 year now. We're several months into construction. We're actually building this house right now on Pinhook, if you guys are familiar with the area, which I'm sure you are. We're building it inside of a warehouse, and the same students that started on it for the most part are still continuing with the construction process. And we have several other people who are also in and out working on construction. But what we're really interested in is getting questions from you guys and knowing what part of the house you're interested in and what kind of questions you all have. So, whoever can be the brave person and ask the first question. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, my question is not about the house.
Okay.
You were just talking about the class and the group and the team. One of the things that's very important in what we do is a discussion of how these projects are collaborative and people work as a team.
That's right.
And communication is a very important thing, all those soft skills. Can you share a little bit about the role all of those skills have played in the evolution of your project?
Sure. Yes, teamwork has been huge for our project. Like I said, we each started as one individual with our own ideas. And part of this project has been learning to work as a team. And I'm sure all of you will have the chance, whether it's in sports or whether it's in work or even in school, a group project, you'll all have the chance, or exactly what you're doing right now, I'm sure. You're going to have the chance to work with your fellows and learn from them. And so sometimes you'll learn that your idea isn't always the one that's used, but the bigger and the better idea that's good for all is what will get pushed forward. So this is our group, which there are several more members that aren't even shown in this picture. But you can see how many people are having to learn those very same skills that you're having to learn right now, which is working together and learning that sometimes you have to be unselfish so that the project grows and progresses. So have you guys been working together so far for this workshop, or is it something that you do later in the week? How does it work? Later in the week? Have y'all ever had to work as a group before? Yeah? It's tough sometimes, right? I know. But it's a good thing because it comes, obviously I'm graduate student in architecture and I'm still having to work as a team with people. So, okay, well, what other questions do y'all have? One of you has to be the next brave one, okay? What you got? Okay. Well, we can show you want to show the interior rendering? Okay, let's start with the floor plan first. Have any of you seen the floor plan before? Awesome. Okay, well, I'll just talk real quick about the floor plan of the house. Well, I'll start with the kitchen since we talked about the kitchen in the video. Most of you know how important the kitchen is here in Lafayette and Louisiana in general, how we like to hang out in the kitchen and eat and just visit out there. So on the left side of the house, in this space is the kitchen. And in our kitchen we have all energy efficient appliances. Do any of you have under counter refrigerator freezer at your house or full size? You have under counter? That's cool. Awesome. Well, this is new to me. I have a full-size refrigerator freezer, but the really great thing that we've learned is this idea of living conservatively. Our landscaping at the house is able to grow food. And so because of that, we're able to consistently pull food from our landscaping, and as a result, don't have to store as much food inside of the house. So we have under counter, refrigerator, and freezer over here. We have a sink that's actually open underneath so that someone in a wheelchair can maneuver around the kitchen and slide underneath the sink. Something that we thought about was, for the most part, whether it's like a broken leg or even as someone that visits your house that's handicapped, pretty much everyone is going to come across someone who has those needs at one point. And so we wanted to do our best to make our house able to be maneuvered by someone in a wheelchair. And then we have convection oven and hood, and also an island that comes out with our dishwasher. This space is actually really cool. So how many of you spend time hanging out on the porch at your house? Y'all are outside people? Me too. And that's what's so neat about this space, because even though it's a part of the house and it's covered by the roof, there's actually a door system that rotates around a track. It's 10 feet by 10 feet. And there's a total of 6 doors that rotate around this track. So what happens is that whenever the doors are on both sides of this space, here and here, that entire space is basically one giant covered porch in the middle of your house. Pretty cool, right? And the reason that we did that, see, this is what it looks like. So this whole space it's covered, but the reason that it's open, and you can see the doors also on the sides, the reason that it's open is so that the breezes, which come from the south here in Louisiana, are able to sweep through that space and really cool it off. It's able to separate the hot kitchen space from your living room, like you asked about, and it just keeps the house really cool. But you see how these doors are moving in this rendering? They're also able to move into the other positions where we have some on the side of the kitchen and then some on the south side of the house, so that basically they function like a wall, and that whole space can become air conditioned. We do have air conditioning in the house, and that's what's been part of the challenge that we have, is communicating to people that living with solar panels is not different than like you live right now. Your energy is just coming from somewhere else. And so, unlike what you probably have at home where your energy is provided by the city, our energy in this house is provided by the sun. And everything in the house is run exactly like it would run at your house. So this is the living room that you had asked about. Yes, this is what the living room looks like. This wall is actually really cool. It's made out of this polygol. It's actually just a sort of semi-translucent plastic material. Very sturdy, very durable. But the reason why we chose that material next to the bathroom is so that some of that natural light is able to flow in there without it being able to be seen through. And the wood floors are made of oak, and we have a sofa and a chair. We have some, this is actually an older rendering, but we have actually decided to go with these modules for the coffee table. Just little pieces of furniture that can be moved around. Sometimes there's something to sit on, sometimes there's something to eat on or store things in. They're really flexible pieces of furniture. And then also I wanted to point out, in this picture you can see how you see how these windows are kind of divided into 4 pieces? Well, they're actually shaped slightly different, but they still function the same way. But what happens is that these windows can open out, and then these windows open up this way. And so that's because, like, most people, whenever they get hot, they just go turn on their air conditioner. Well, we want to promote the idea that whenever you're hot, instead of purchasing windows that don't move, that you purchase windows with flexibility that you can open. So if you get hot, you just open your windows on a cool day when it's raining or something. You know, those windows, they open out so the rain doesn't come inside, but you're still able to get that nice cool breeze. Okay, so next question.